So, a little bit of a vlog, uh, health update video. So, I don't even know where to honestly begin with this. So, I am still dropping weight. I don't know how much I am, know how much I weigh. I don't have scales anymore. The ones I have, they were old and they weren't no good. My treadmill ended up arriving, and it's electronic somewhat, but it's not electronic. It's the one that you have to work yourself. Like, it's not the kind that you plug up. It's like you literally got to work the mat with your feet, and it makes that treadmill sound. And it's really, you got to get used to it, with your own body, with your own speed movement. And I paid like $120 for it plus $1 shipping, which is also $1 in handling. And it comes from China, and the carrier is going to be UPS. And it actually gives you, it actually works you out, because like I said, you are working the mat, the speed process yourself by just moving your feet, your body. Like I said, it's not plug up. It's not really electronic at all. Like, it's not, it's not the kind that you would go to the gym and use. Now, a heads up with that one, when you order them, of course you're going to order one, but they're going to, I don't know if this was a slip up on their end or if it happened to multiple people, but I ended up getting two of them for some reason, and the second one feels a bit more heavier than the first one, but I haven't opened it, so it's underneath my bed. So rather than them sending me one, they sent me two, an extra one on accident. So yeah, I know I did not order two, I just ordered one. I'm glad it came. And let me tell you guys something, man. Within 22 minutes, or within the 32 minutes, you're going to really start feeling the sweat, the workout from that treadmill within that short amount of time, because it will hit you fast. And even within that, that 5-minute mark before you hit those other numbers, you're going to start feeling it in your legs, and you're going to start feeling your top half start to sweat first. So within the 5 minutes going into that 10 minutes, man, that workout on that treadmill is going to kick in. The 22 minutes, you're gonna be like, God damn, man, I'm trying to keep up with my own self, even though I'm going at a slow pace, and then by the time you hit that 25-minute mark, you're like, you're trying to slow it down, and you're starting to slow it down, and then once you hit, like I said, around your 33-minute mark, man, you're gonna kind of stop for a minute. Then all your sweat and everything's just gonna come pouring up on out of you. So the work it yourself, treadmill that, again, is not the kind that you would see in the gym, really is going to do it. I can see why it's the top seller right now, because it's gonna make you really work for that cardio workout that you want. I think more so than the electronic ones. Now, don't get me wrong, I would like to get one of the electronic ones that you can plug up and you can set everything, and you just press that start button and stuff. But that is a bit out of my pocket range. I've been doing my treadmill, when I got it, and I started, and I started what I said I was going to do. You know, because I've been doing some weight loss updated videos on my on my first channel, actually, which is Jazzy Entertainment, and I kind of shared it with this one here, right? Is that what I'm going to start doing? You know, I go for my 2-3 hour walks every morning, like I do, and then from there, you know, around your 8 o'clock hour, I'm gonna try to do half an hour, which is like 30 minutes, you know, up on the treadmill. So I've been doing that. I've been also doing the weight control pills as well. And my goal is to definitely get down to where I was before COVID hit. You know, I have 2 shirts that I can fit into, but I'm trying to fit into them, you know, definitely even more so. And now I know it's going to take me a while. You know, I may get down to where I was, if not a bit more, sometime next fall of next year. You know, it will take time. It is a process, but it's something that, you know, I have to work towards, and that I'm definitely going to work towards. You know, I do know I probably would have been probably down somewhere in the low hundreds, maybe medium hundreds, if it wasn't for COVID that ended up hitting and everything. Because, you know, you can do all the hard work of losing weight, and one day, you know, man, I hit them results, I'm gonna keep going, and you keep going, and all of a sudden, boom, something like this hits, and within a short amount of time, within 3 weeks, right, within 3 weeks, you gained all that shit back. God damn, it just hit that fast. Now I know right now I'm headed on my way home. I'm trying to get over me being sick. I don't know what caused it. This ain't the first time. This is like the second time this happened to me. What I'm about to explain. I don't want to say Sunday night, but it was like out of Sunday night kinda, but going on like 3 in the morning on a Monday, and for some reason I woke up sweating, running back and forth to the bathroom, got sick, was feeling very nauseous as well. From there, my head was spinning. I was shaking, like I said, and I started sweating. From there, my left-hand side of my body started feeling hot. Right-hand side of my body started feeling really cold, and I just had to take off, you know, what I was trying to sleep in and get my room very cold, and just fell asleep. By the time 9 o'clock rolled around, I felt like straight shit. But I did at least 15 minutes on my treadmill, you know, an hour later, to try to at least get some activity in, get my body moving. Right now, I feel like I am sweating a bit and starting to feel the same way a little bit. The first time when that happened, I was on the phone with somebody. Look, I just need you on the phone right now. I don't feel good. Wait till mom gets here, please. I'm not feeling good. So by the time mom got home, I was on the floor just in pain, just felt ill, and I went to the emergency room, but they couldn't figure out, you know, what was wrong with me. They couldn't figure it out. I know as of where I'm at right now, you know, mom wants to take me to get my flu shot today. I really hate needles, but it may need to happen. But I don't know, man. The last time I got my flu shot, though, I did end up getting sick like a couple months later after it. And what happened with that, why, I'd done a video, on reasons, why I retired from music after 9 years. And one of the reasons I forgot about that I fell in with this is that after things started to really get cold, I ended up getting strep throat the first week of, I think, January. It may have been February, but I'm pretty sure it was January, and it happened fast. So I had to get some antibiotics for that, went to the doctor. By the time the third week came around, right, it came back again. So then as I went into the first early week of February, I ended up getting the flu. I know y'all heard that. So I ended up getting the flu. I'm like, God damn, on top of strep throat again? So I'm like, man, I can't catch a break. And then after the month of February passed, March came around. I had a very hard time trying to talk. My throat with the inside was damaged from it. My vocal box, my voice box, whatever you want to call it, was just no good no more. And even right now, talking like this, it does, that pain is still there because I didn't get a chance to even heal up from the first strep throat. Like, it just came one by one. On top of that, we got COVID out here. Right now, I might be getting sick because it is starting to get cold out. And, I'm in shorts and short sleeve shirt and shit. Because, I live down south, so, our thing is with our weather here, it's very mixed. Because so many people just get sick every year because of the weather down here. Like, we get May, June, July, right? Okay, August, summer weather. September, you get couple weeks worth of summer, which is 2 weeks, and then summer's over with. Then, the leaves are going to start changing soon, very soon. Well, a little bit before that, we are going to hit a couple of days of nothing but straight rain, which causes major problems. The humidity after that gets very horrible, but it makes very great weather, to really sweat calories out, right? I do know within I think this might be the last week of decent weather to have shorts on and short sleeve shirts. Going into next week, it's going to start getting cool. Gotta bust out the sweatpants and the hoodies. At the most, some jogging suits, something light. Then by the time fall, like actual fall comes, which is in October, we're going to start hitting that cold weather, and cold weather for early winter does hit within the second week of October, even though the first day of winter is on the 21st of December. And then by the time the cold season fully hits with the first day of winter, we get December, January, February, March, April. So we get like a good 5 months of cold winter. But even though winter starts, like I said, the second week of October down south, so you get it a little bit longer because of that. You really do. And then along with the cold, we barely get snow hardly at all down south. But what we get is, like, I kid you not, October, November, December, January, March, April. So we get like a good 7, 8 months of nothing but straight rain. And that causes so much shit. Like, it ain't even funny. Like, it just floods way too much when that happens. It causes a lot of damage. This week, I'm gonna have to enjoy wearing what I'm gonna be doing. I mean, I could wear my short sleeves anyways. Underneath a lot of my track suits, jog sweatsuits, whatever you want to call them. I just can't wear shorts. So it is that time. It's gonna get cool out. Flu season's among us. I'm curious to see exactly how the whole COVID thing is going to play out in the winter. Because it happened during the summer. A lot of people lost summer because of that. Now, I know all the news out there and shit saying, oh, well, now it could be airborne and things like that. And I've done my thoughts on the COVID thing. I think it's on both of these channels that I got. I would say I'm going to link it, but I'm pretty sure you guys will be able to find it anyways. I ain't finna go through all that. But you would think if it is airborne, right? You would think, let's say, that something like that is airborne because, there's a lot of germs, believe it or not. Pollen, toxins, things that do go in the air, go in the sky that, we can't see with the naked eye, right? Just like stuff that we touch, we don't know what's on these things. So you would think the cold would probably slow something like that down because the air is more cooler, and they say cool air, kills certain things and makes the air a bit cleaner, right? So there's that good chance that we might see COVID actually dying off within the months of winter that's happening soon. And, by the time spring comes around next year, I think we might actually see, honestly, a decrease in a lot of things, and COVID might be over definitely by then. I don't see no vaccines for this, no shots for it, because I believe some things, you just can't cure with a pill. You just can't cure with a vaccine needle shot. Some things do have to happen by the wrath of God and Mother Nature to teach humans life lessons. Without those things and saying, okay, now that you guys went through this, I'm going to make sure it's going to stop. It's over with, but hopefully you guys take the life lessons that I have taught you. And one thing I said before when this first started, is that if you take a look at a lot of certain areas within the planet, certain places that are overcrowded, and it's always the main places, in life where people go to, like Florida's really overcrowded, New York, California, right? Memphis, Nashville. You take a lot of the tourist attractions like, Canada, Japan, Egypt, Paris, France, England, over in the UK area. You take a lot of your main attractions over the years, and especially down Louisiana, these are the main places that people go to, and they get so overcrowded that, every who knows how many years, because it gets overpopulated. It's why there's so many deaths. And I think with COVID, it was telling us, look, man, these are the main places overpopulated. Shit can spread fast. And it was by the wrath and the work of Mother Nature releasing, I honestly believe, releasing poison, the germs out of our bodies into the air from things that we touch, eat, people who will be around, germs, funguses, fungi as well. Different bacteria finally said, you know what? I got these places overcrowded. People are not learning their lessons. Look at all these people running around sick, looking ill. A lot of the homes, with old people homes as well, getting overpacked. So nature and God took those things to lower the population of the things in this world, and to also teach us as humans, look, so many 100 years ago or so, we had the Black Plague, and it was because of the same thing. People were not taking care of themselves when it came to cleanliness, health, hygiene. And that's how the Black Plague spread it. Just like where we are now with COVID. It done that because this ain't something that's man-made. And that's one of the problems us as, humans in this world, no matter, where you live at, we always feel like, we have to point the finger and blame somebody else for something that happens because, that's I guess, the rationality of our mindsets as humans, that, we always gotta, blame somebody else, And it's not always somebody that causes these things to happen. It's sometimes things do happen that's out of our reach, it's out of our control, that's beyond science, that's beyond answers. So I do believe COVID is the wrath of God and Mother Nature, Not everything is always going to be from man. It's just not, and I believe that. I'm not saying I do believe I believe we have more than one God. I don't consider myself a religious person or a child of God. I am more of a spiritual person. But I do believe in certain things that I have witnessed in my life. So my faith is definitely there. Because I was brought up a Jehovah's Witness. I was brought up Jewish, then Christian. But because a lot of those things felt lost to me as I got older, I decided to go to a much more spiritual approach and to find my own truth, what makes sense to me with my own beliefs. And that's why I say I feel like, the gods, Mother Nature, the universe, because I don't believe in the mathematics of the, the Israelites per se. I don't subscribe to their beliefs. There's many different problems with that. Just like with the Zulu Nation. But I believe in numerology. That's the word, numerology. I am the second highest number next to God, but my spiritual self with my soul is red because I have a lot of anger and hate built up in my heart and soul because over the years of things that I have been through, and trying to cope with those things over the years takes time, and even with the new stuff, so it makes it very hard for a person to actually become very pure, if you will. Am I worried about catching COVID? No, I'm not. One thing I noticed with that, and this is something that I believe people who have heart problems like I got, who have damaged lungs like I got, who have asthma like I got, somebody who is type 2 diabetic like I am, somebody who, is on so much medication, somebody who definitely likes to get out and get active like I do. I like to eat a lot of bananas, salads, and juices because we're already infected with illnesses. That's kind of like our immune shield from stopping other, I guess, illnesses, sicknesses to enter in our body, if you will. Because I notice people who have those are not catching COVID, even though they wear a mask, and some don't wear a mask at all. But we seem to be okay. But I notice it's the people that are healthier, who don't have these problems, are the main ones who catch COVID, get sick from it, and sometimes die from it, as well. So it really makes one thing. It's kind of like, and I hate this movie I'm about to name because I think it sucks, World War Z, right? If you inject yourself with these diseases, the virus, or I guess the rabies that these people are infected by, who are trying to bite people who are not infected with other illnesses, turn. But if you have other illnesses, the so-called zombies can't, bite you because you're already sick. It's something a bit similar, definitely to that, in my personal, opinion. And it could be just that, but they say, we're looking at 18 months, which is 2 years. Well, I have to be honest, man, I don't know about that. I strongly believe by the time spring comes around, this will be over with. Yes, things have definitely have changed for very fast. Do I think the 6 feet rule and the mask requirement rule is going to go away? No. Will things go back to normal to a degree? Most definitely, yes. Because I believe cold air like that, when it drops, can definitely stop certain things. I strongly believe that, because the cold is so strong that the cold does kill things that are physical, alive, and illnesses that are on objects, like, with germs and other diseases, because it slows it down, it kills it at times, depending on exactly what it is. So now, I strongly believe that, again, by the time next year rolls around, by next spring, because of how the weather's about to change, we're definitely going to see things, a lot of these COVID cases come to a stop. Now, I know a lot of people are like, well, what about the news? What about the news? They're always giving updates. Well, of course, the government and the news want to give updates to scare people, because they want people to still think this shit's going to be going on by then, when actual reality, I guarantee you, it won't, because nothing is forever. There's a beginning, a middle, and an ending. Like, we're at the middle of all of this right now that's going on. Pretty soon, if not almost, we're going to be at the end of the COVID thing, at the end of the pandemic. It's like the universe, I like to talk to my brother-in-law about these things because we have the same, you know, mirror beliefs and stuff, and really just conversate, right? It's like outer space, the universe, right? I believe there's a beginning and an end. I don't believe space continues for eternity. You know, I do believe that eventually there's a stopping point and there's a beginning point. Now, I may not know where. We may not ever know because the galaxy is huge. But I think it's like a ball, you know, like a round spear. You know, a spear has a beginning point and an ending point. So, yes, I do believe we will be at the first of the end of the act of the COVID and pandemic situation. By the time spring comes around next year, I do believe that it's going to be completely done with, and I believe we all, you know, learned things as humans during all of this. All of it. Now, maybe 5 years from now, you know, yes, I believe the mask requirement and 6 feet apart will go away. And then things will get back to the way they were, but hopefully people have learned a lot of lessons, you know, is that you have to take care of yourself, you know. If you got diagnosed with something this year, you're going to be okay from not catching COVID. You have to keep your health. You have to keep your hygiene up. It's important because something like this spread it. Don't overpopulate the famous areas in the world. That's what helps things like that spread. And if it's your time to go on this planet, it's your time to leave it. Because there's no need in overpacking an old folks' home. Because it's their time. And they have spreaded a lot of it as well, in my opinion. You know? So to me, they don't need to be around anymore. And elderly homes don't need to be existing. It's time for them to go. That sounds harsh, but that's what I learned throughout all of this, man. And because of how dark the world was and how dark my life was growing up, it was fitting for me because it felt like home, and it was easy for me a lot of days to get through more than others. So it's like the mere opposite effect, because some things play out in your favor and some things don't. And I know a lot of this have burnt bridges with a lot of people, man. A lot of relationships, marriages, friendships, trust have definitely been ruined because of COVID, because it really brought out, I think, the true colors of people when it came to really, in quote unquote, trying to, you know, help one another. And it just didn't happen the way it should have. So I do believe because of those things is why we are in the situation where we are now. And we need to definitely, you know, learn from 2020. Like, it's gonna go down as a very cursed, bad memory, bad number in life. And, you know, a lot of things definitely got documented this year because of what's going on. And, you know, next year is a brand new start. And we ain't got that long before this year's over with. We really don't. We got, October, November, December. We got 3 months left. You know, it's a long 3 months, but we got to keep holding up on in there. I promise y'all, man, we're almost over with this year. with that being said, man, I'm out. Peace.